The last mission received here is Symbiosis, which takes place in Southern Shelf Bay. We can just run through all this area, and there we are. The racks in this first area are not too bothersome, so I'd leave them be, but the Bullymongs are another matter. In the distance is the bridge to the town for the Symbiosis mission. This lone Bullymong is the first in a long loop that ends up back here. About halfway through is a vault symbol. The Bay Area has its own set of challenges, and that's the first that we'll come across. In games that I played before I started farming for the Hornet, I would use a fire weapon here, which is pretty good at taking down these Bullymong, but nowhere near as good as this Hornet. In the past, I've been able to walk around here and get these ice piles without any interference, but I guess I got a little too cocky, or maybe my level was too high or something, but they took offense this time. I see on the HUD that there's a red dot coming up behind me, but when I was playing this, I didn't notice that. I think I'm going to get bumped from behind here pretty soon. Ah, where is he? Okay. The racks up ahead are a lot tougher than the ones in the opening area, and if you don't do something about them, they'll start attacking you from all sides. So I'm backing up against this cliff here, getting my rifle for shooting them, and here we go. Whereas in the past, they tend to just come straight at you and not swerve even when you start shooting at them. These are all over the place. Very difficult to get them all down. I shoot them and they're not there. Or even when I shoot them, it may not kill them, but look at all the red dots on the HUD there. And they're just swarming. I often don't bother to shoot them because I can get up to the ship, which is just ahead, which has the vault symbol on the side, and before they start attacking hard. So I can get that. Once I have it, I'll just save, quit, continue, and be back at the vending machines. But this time I wanted to do the whole loop just for completeness. So I really need to get rid of these things. It's actually easier if you do this like right before I started shooting that one lone Bullymong. If you, before you get there, if you back up to something like I just did, you can see these flying way off in the distance, but you can shoot at them, and in that case, they'll come straight at you for some reason, and it's much, much easier to kill them all back there. But I didn't do that. It's never a good sign when you see a spawning station like the one back there, way out in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of a hint that danger is ahead. So I'm choosing my weapons accordingly. Again, I hate to beat this to death, but it is so much easier doing this with this Hornet, because even the fire pistol just could not get these things down. These are a lot tougher Bullymongs than we've run across before. I thought I used to jump up here. Not that I really need to this time, but it gives you a little better view. But for some reason I couldn't get up there. Or maybe I was just thinking of this place, this ledge. So in the past, pre-Hornet days, those Bullymongs would be all over me. I'm going to save my ammo because it gets sparse over here. These Bullymongs always lure you in with one lone Bullymong, and if you go after him, then all of a sudden it's a gang fight. Fortunately, Deathtrap was over there. I keep wanting to call him Claptrap all the time, but anyway. He was over there and kept him busy for a while. This mound up ahead on the left, well, right there, gives me a place to get an overview of what's ahead. These Bullymongs like to hide up there, and sometimes you can just see them if you get up here. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, I can't really see them, so I'm going to have to take the direct approach. I'm a lot braver now with this pistol. Plus, I didn't always used to get the bonus package grenade mod before doing this, and that grenade mod also helps a lot. A little slow motion jumping here, which I thought was kind of cool. Ooh, choreographed. Now, he knocked me off there. I didn't know where I was. I thought I might have gone in the water or on some ledge I couldn't get off of. But this is just where we started this particular area. So, no harm done. Deathtrap's still at work over there. Death Trap, Claptrap, they got the same last name. What difference does it make? Out of ammo. Fortunately, he's out of time. And I've already picked up another 100 rounds, so that outage didn't last long. This boat you can see leaning over from the shore, which we're almost back to here, and it's easy to think that may be the one with the vault symbol, but as we've seen, it is not. So I'm going to go back to the machines. Those red dots are those local racks attacking, and I just leave them to Death Trap. So the usual stocking up and selling, and now I'm ready to go to whatever the name of the Symbiosis town is. I don't remember offhand. But first you gotta kill the Bullymongs again. And this is the routine I'll be using when we farm them. Because it turns out they can push you around while you're trying to get somewhere. Get over here and knock you off this bridge, and it's just easier to take a couple of seconds to go ahead and kill them. Okay, one of the challenges for this area is to look through some telescopes. So that's the first one. OCD. You can leave that down and stand back and snipe if that's your style. I used to do that, but darn it. Now I'll turn Death Trap loose and do his thing while I'm restocking here. Didn't give me anything. If I can give him a hand, there's a guy. A few chests over here. As I'm sure anybody who's done this before realizes, or at least it's my understanding, I could be wrong, but you have to kill all the bandits in this area, including these boats, before Midge-Mong will come out. So, and I'm such a lover of this Hornet that I got cocky and a few times and just ran up and tried to kill all these bandits in close quarters, but that didn't work out well. I kept getting knocked in the water and so forth, and this is the way I used to do it. Not missing the ladder, but I used to do it by coming up here. For some reason, these guys can't throw a grenade far enough to hit you, and you can shoot them while you're in protection, but you can see there's quite a few of them, and they like to go running around. So it is more difficult if you just go hard charging in, guns blazing. But heck, I'm getting one-shot critical hits. Why wouldn't I want to snipe them? Ooh, I'm gonna run. Okay, so here's number 2. I don't get the point of this, but there it is. Enjoy the scenery, I guess. These artists did such a great job on this game that I'm happy to stop and take it all in when I can. So there's the challenges. The telescope one is I can see something from here. Yeah, I missed 2 chests back there. I don't know why, but I don't guess it's any big deal other than, you know, I open all these probably more out of habit because later in the game you get iridium, you get loot box midgets that give you stuff, so. Something's hitting me from behind, I think, but where'd my shield go? Here's number 3. You have to be selective about what you pick up. I never pick up a weapon under a value of 50. Because you run out of space, and then you get some nice valuable weapon, and you've got all this junk in your backpack, and so then you have to either leave the valuable weapon or stop and take out some junk. So now I need death trap when I go running up in here, and he's got to recharge, so that's why I'm standing back here sniping. If he was all ready to go, this wouldn't be necessary because you can run past these guys, and either they get discouraged and go away, or he kills them all. I'm not sure which. I don't stick around to watch. What I'm going to do is run up a couple of flights of stairs, and straight ahead, those supports, you run around them, and there's a vault symbol which you have to jump up to get. Now I see 1 dot left out there, and now a few more join in, but I'm just, for the most part, unless they get right in my face like this guy, I'm going to leave them to a death trap. Or clap death, or whatever it is. When you're farming, you don't come up these stairs. You stop here, but you come up those other stairs. But of course, you don't go around on the boats. You're just running straight through town. And you know, he's run down again, so I decided to take this time to come check some chests that I ran by before, and they got nothing for me, so that was a real good use of time. I could have been sipping a margarita. Okay, so this is where we'd run up to when we're farming. And this ramp on the right is where you would run up to hopefully meet Midge-Mong, who's on his way down, but only when you're farming does he come down without you going to his door. So here we got to kill all these guys first. Normally, normally means in the past. Normally, I would have set death trap after these guys, but child's play. Now, I don't see any red dots anywhere, so we're almost good to go for getting Midge-Mong. But when you go up this ramp here, that's going to key a few more little bastards to come after you. There's one there. So you have to wait here for them and finish them off. Hey, I like that green stuff. Pretty tasty, huh? I'll throw a grenade at me. Okay. We're about ready to do business with the boss. That is our last telescope, so we get credit for that challenge. And look at that. I'm equipping my Twin Hornet because it does the most damage the quickest. I release him to get him behind me and then open the door and stand in the middle, but somehow they got by me. So now I need to kill him before he calls in reinforcements, because as you can see on the left, that's a challenge. So 2 challenges I got there, plus a level up. I got everything but the legendary. So we'll start farming next.